I was naked on all fours on the bed as my husband tried to stuff his limp sausage inside me. "What's wrong?" I asked, but the more I spoke, the softer it became.
"I'm sorry, love. I'm probably just tired again."
Usually I would try and help him, but this was the 5th time in a row that he hadn't been able to get hard, and I knew there was no hope. As my husband lay awake next to me that night, staring at the ceiling, I could sense his humiliation and shame of not being able to perform anymore. Little did I know that this night was the final straw for him that sent him down a desperate path, which almost cost him his life. What I'm about to share is extremely embarrassing and humiliating for me to tell, but I believe God has given me the strength, as it led to my discovery of a little-known tropical erection hack so confidential and secretive that it's being deliberately kept from you, a natural erectile solution so powerful that it allowed Michael Thomas from Columbus, Ohio, to instantly command his previously flaccid, unresponsive penis into producing rock-hard, thick, long-lasting erections that he hadn't seen since his early 20s. Going from this to this. The raging boners he had enjoyed in his youth were back as he effortlessly satisfied his wife for hours, giving her the most intense, earth-shattering orgasms she'd ever experienced. He even walked differently, more confident and full of energy, with a youthful swagger as the inadequacy and depression he'd felt for so long was banished from his body. And people noticed. Younger girls started checking him out, and he immediately commanded respect from other men as his newfound masculine dominance oozed from every pore, leaving his friends and colleagues speechless and every ED sufferer desperate to know his secret. And it's not just Michael. This powerful erection juice has helped transform the lives of tens of thousands of men around the world, producing natural, bulging, rock-hard erections on command. But I get if you're a little skeptical. I completely understand. Because as unbelievable as this sounds, it's entirely possible with this safe and simple erection hack you can do at home right now. And don't worry, it's got nothing to do with your age, testosterone levels, psychological reasons, dangerous drugs, penis pumps, blood flow, or any other of the latest ED fads you might have heard about. You see, despite what we've been led to believe, the real root cause of your erection problems is not your fault. Instead, it all comes down to this: a dangerous foreign compound that we are all exposed to every day that causes erectile dysfunction no matter what you do. Scientists have discovered this problem with almost every single man on Earth, and the older you get, the more it affects you, and the more you'll be at risk of ED. I'll reveal the real root cause of your unexplained erectile dysfunction and the real reason that getting and maintaining an erection can be almost impossible, even with dangerous pills and injections. And back it all up with groundbreaking, peer-reviewed research from various leading colleges like Harvard, Yale, and Stanford. You see, despite what we've been led to believe, the real root cause of your ED is not your fault. In fact, it flies in the face of everything you thought you knew about ED. Fear not, though, because using a simple but very powerful secret that was revealed by a Japanese doctor over 9,000 miles away, you can transform your limp noodle into an erection that you can be proud of literally overnight. How do I know this? Because my name's Sarah Thomas, Michael's wife, and in the next 3 minutes and 17 seconds, you'll discover why everything you thought you knew about erectile dysfunction was one big lie. You'll be shocked and angry when you hear from a big pharma whistleblower who breaks his code of silence and reveals the real root cause of your ED. I'll reveal this powerful erection hack passed down from generation to generation by the elders of a remote tropical island that effortlessly engorges your penis with blood on command, giving you the hardest, thickest, and longest-lasting erections you've ever experienced, leaving you not only with a satisfied partner, but more importantly, putting an end to the anxiety, frustration, and feelings of inadequacy this terrible condition brings to its victims, saving the marriage and sex life of me and my husband and tens of thousands of other ED sufferers whose doctors and medicine has failed them.
At the age of 57, I'm getting the stiffest erections I've ever had. And I feel so much better overall too. More energy and confidence, and my libido's through the roof. Believe me, This tropical juice method is the only thing that has managed to address my issues. It's the best thing I've ever done for myself.
I feel like a new man. My anxiety, depression have disappeared. I wake up every morning feeling like the world is my oyster. After years of feeling like a failure in the bedroom, I'm finally able to satisfy my wife again like when we were newlyweds. And let's just say, she's not complaining.
I receive hundreds of success stories like these from countless others who have experienced similar life-changing results from this simple purple juice hack. And just as I've helped them, I can't wait to help you too. Imagine no longer having to worry about what your partner really thinks when you can't get it up but are too polite to tell you, and the anxiety you feel when they mention they want to be intimate. No more worries about sudden heart attacks, strokes, vision problems, or low blood pressure from dangerous ED pills. Instead, you'll be able to pleasure your partner with the stiffest, longest-lasting erections you've had since your teens, whenever you want, without any anxiety or judgment. Sex, foreplay, and intimacy will become enjoyable again, as you know you will be able to produce rock-hard, thick, pulsating erections in seconds. And because this natural hack combats the real root cause of your erection problems, once it's cured for good. So no more worrying about your penis going soft halfway through like it used to in the past, or if it's still going to work in a month or a year from now. And I guarantee you have never heard about this solution before, because the truth is, you've been purposely lied to. That's because the $50 billion ED industry will never tell you that there's a quick, easy, and natural way to fix the problem. Because its only purpose is to separate you from your hard-earned money, they don't care that it doesn't treat the actual underlying root cause. In fact, they don't want to permanently fix it. They want to keep selling you those little blue pills forever, keeping you a customer for life. The last thing they want is for you to discover the secret I'm about to reveal. But time is ticking. I don't know how much longer I can keep this presentation up. So please stop everything you are doing right now and watch this video until the very end. In the following band presentation, you'll be shocked when you discover the real reason you can't get hard that has nothing to do with your age, testosterone levels, blood flow, or anything else that you've been told. And the reason that some people are able to enjoy the thickest, firmest erections of their lives well into their 80s, while you take dangerous pills, creams, and injections, and still can't even maintain a semi. You'll be amazed when you discover this powerful, natural juice that destroys impotence overnight and the exact step-by-step breakdown, so you can start right away at home. You'll be disgusted when you realize some of the biggest ED experts are actually feeding you and millions of others pills that are supposed to make your penis hard, but instead you're playing Russian roulette with your health every time you use them. Plus, I'll share scientific studies from prestige universities to show how and why this tropical ritual works. Plus, a few very shocking revelations along the way that you are going to want to see. Now is the time to cut loose from the chains of ED once and for all. Are you ready? Hi, as I mentioned earlier, my name's Sarah. I'm not a doctor, nutritionist, or social media influencer. Instead, I'm a 48-year-old school teacher, mother of 2 wonderful kids, and live with my husband Michael in Wichita, Kansas. It all started over 20 years ago. We were high school sweethearts and knew we wanted to spend the rest of our lives together. So, at just 22, we decided to marry. We were inseparable and both had extremely high sex drives. Our marriage had always been awesome, with plenty of good, wholesome sex. Sometimes we would have sex 3 or even 4 times a day. Thinking back, I'm not sure how we did it, but Michael was always ready for action. Sure, like all marriages, there were some ups and downs, but Michael never had any problem getting erections. As soon as I mentioned anything sexual to him, within seconds he was standing to attention, and that was it. Then, at around 40, something changed. I noticed that when we had sex, Michael didn't feel as hard as he used to. It happened gradually, but by 45, it was becoming more and more frequent. Sometimes he couldn't perform at all, and when he did, his penis looked a lot smaller than it had in the past. I tried to reassure him that it was probably just psychological, but I knew myself that was BS. We scoured the internet for solutions and tried them all. I mean, he tried everything, and we spent thousands. Penis pumps, testosterone boosters, horny goat weed, ginseng, tribulus. Heck, we even tried hypnosis and acupuncture, but nothing worked, leaving him depressed, frustrated, and angry with himself for not being able to satisfy me. His self-esteem collapsed, and our relationship suffered badly. He was a shell of the confident, masculine man I had fell in love with. We were never intimate anymore, and to be honest, our marriage was hanging by a thread. There was no fun or excitement like the old times, just tension and misery from both sides. I'm ashamed to admit it, but the thought of cheating even started to enter my mind, not because I didn't love him, but because I was becoming so sexually frustrated. One night, I found Michael, head in his hands, just staring at the wall. I could see he was holding back tears. "I feel emasculated," he said. "Why has this happened to me? I'm just not the man I used to be." And although I tried telling him he was wrong, I knew deep down that he wasn't. You see, I know what you're going through because I saw Michael live this nightmare every day. There was only one option left. Michael hated going to the doctors, especially to talk to them about anything like this, and that's why he'd refused to go for so long. But I knew this was our last chance. "It's normal for a man of your age," said the doctor. "Normal?" Michael questioned. "I'm not even that old." "Yes, normal. At your age of 48, a lot of men suffer from some form of erectile dysfunction. I'll prescribe you some medicine," he said flippantly. "That should sort the problem out for you. Take one tablet an hour before you are going to have sex." And with that, we left. Michael was slightly bemused that the doctor had prescribed something so quickly, but excited at the same time. He sensed a glimmer of hope, and as soon as we got home, he went upstairs to shower and take one of the little blue pills the doctor had given him. I was excited too, because after so long, I was anticipating a juicy night of orgasmic pleasure with my husband again. About 20 minutes later, I was in the kitchen when I heard a huge crash. "Michael, are you okay?" I shouted, but there was no reply. I ran to the bottom of the stairs, and that's when I saw him, his lifeless body slumped in a heap on the floor. I found out later that the blue pill he had taken had given him dangerously low blood pressure, causing him to black out and fall down the stairs. He'd hit his head very badly, and I knew he was lucky to be alive. Research shows that these prescription drugs can actually come with a whole host of side effects, from headaches to dizziness to loss of vision, heart attacks, strokes, and even death. Scary stuff, isn't it? That night, as I sat beside his hospital bed, staring at the walls and feeling my heart constrict in my chest, I felt angry and ashamed, angry at the ED gurus that had promised the earth and delivered nothing but drain our bank account, and ashamed that I hadn't been able to do more to help. I imagined life without Michael and the devastation it would cause to our family, our kids. It was at that very moment I vowed I'd do whatever it takes. I was determined to find a way to help him get his mojo back. But right now, we needed a miracle. I couldn't face life without him, and I knew our kids would never be the same again if he died. We spent the night together, praying as a family by his bedside. And that night, our prayers were answered. Michael made an incredible recovery. What happened next was the most bizarre and eye-opening moment of my life, but it set me on the path to discovering a natural, potent erection juice that we desperately needed, and you need too. It was while trawling for information through obscure scientific research forums online that I stumbled upon something buried deep in the search engines that stopped me in my tracks. "The cure for erectile dysfunction is already here," was the headline. And the author, Dr. Kimura, a former research scientist for one of the largest pharmaceutical manufacturers in the world. He claimed the whole ED industry was a fraudulent lie and that he already knew how to cure it, but was being prevented from sharing his secret with the world due to threats and legal action from his previous employer, huge blue-chip companies, and even governments. He went on to reveal he had already spent a small fortune fighting lawsuits in his quest to reveal the biggest ED secret of the last century. The article was fascinating, and I wanted to find out more. I had to speak to him, and after weeks of research, calls, and emails, I managed to track him down, and he agreed to a video call. He was an extremely clever man, softly spoken, yet quick-witted. He told me about his life training as a doctor in Japan before moving away to the US to become the lead research scientist for one of the biggest pharmaceutical manufacturers in the world. And the more we talked, the more we both opened up. I told him about Michael's problems and what the doctors had given him. "He's tried everything to try and get hard, but nothing seems to work." My eyes filled with tears, and then I broke down. "I'm so scared this will be the end of us. I'm not sure if I can go on living a sexless marriage. Please, tell me your secret." Dr. Kimura's face went totally serious. He seemed hesitant at first, but he could also see I was in so much pain and that I'd pretty much given up all hope. He took a deep breath and told me something that chilled me to the bone. A shocking secret that he'd been forced to keep quiet about for years. "What you have to understand is it's not Michael's fault," he said. "You know those massive corporations, the ones who sell you those blue pills, penis pumps, creams, and testosterone boosters? They know full well that they don't work over the long term. All of the countless medical studies make this abundantly clear to anyone who has bothered to look. And I assure you they have looked. You see, the whole industry is one giant fraud. Its only purpose is to separate you from your hard-earned money. Did you know that 50% of men over 40 suffer from some form of ED? By the time you are 70, there's an 80% chance of being affected. People desperately spend a fortune trying to find a cure. It's a multi-billion-dollar business that they will do anything to protect," said Dr. Kimura. "Because although it's hard to believe, you've been purposely lied to. They don't care that their solutions don't work, or are temporary at best, because none of these solutions are addressing the real root cause of the problem." "What is the root cause?" I asked. "Look, I cannot go into specifics as I have been forced into silence by huge corporations and even governments, but I can tell you this. During my research for my previous employer, I stumbled across details of a small tropical island off the coast of Thailand called Koh Tao, whose inhabitants don't seem to be affected by ED like everywhere else. Koh Tao consisted of mainly older expats that had left their home countries to see out their days on this paradise island, and almost all, without exception, had much younger partners. Despite their older age, the men were among the most virulent and sexually active people I'd ever come across, and all had this air of supreme masculinity about them. When we studied them to find out what their secret could be, it seemed to lay in a delicious purple juice that the women would give to their partners every night before bed. An ancient recipe passed down through generations of the islanders. And this nighttime ritual was allowing them to produce rock-hard, thick, long-lasting erections well into their 80s. When he took this amazing discovery to his boss, he was told to destroy his research and never speak about it again, and was reminded of the non-disclosure agreement he had signed when first joining the company. That's when I became disillusioned with my work, because I realized that the whole industry is one giant lie, said Dr. Kimura. I became a doctor to help people, but the company I worked for had no intention of curing any diseases. Their only interest was treating the symptoms rather than the root cause, keeping you a customer for life and their shareholders happy. Worse still, some of the ED supplements they produce can actually be dangerous and come with serious side effects, including heart attacks, strokes, migraines, vision loss, and even death. And unfortunately, there's no way of knowing before you take them who will be affected by these side effects. It's like playing Russian roulette with a loaded gun pointed at your head every time you take one. I felt sick imagining the multi-millionaire CEOs of these companies enjoying their riches at the expense of people like Michael and even you. The truth is, not only can these temporary quick fixes be dangerous, but they are not needed. And in just a moment, I'll reveal the simple yet extraordinarily powerful reason why, backed up by hundreds of medical studies, as well as the simple erection hack you can use today for yourself and take back control of your sex life. Dr. Kimura paused for a second and looked around nervously. Look, I can see you are desperate, so I'm going to let you in on a secret. I'm not supposed to be telling you this, but I can't allow them to keep it from the people that need it the most anymore. He pulled out a pen and started writing a list of herbs and spices and held it up to the screen. What is this? I questioned. It's the answer to your problems. If you search online, you might be able to source them, said Dr. Kimura. But I warn you, it contains some of the most powerful and exotic herbs on the planet, so it's unlikely you'll find them locally, and they won't be cheap. Just mix the quantities I gave you and have your husband drink it every evening before bed with some water. You're going to be amazed at the results. Now, I have to go. They might be watching me. As soon as the doctor left, I quickly started researching this bizarre recipe. First was valerian root, a miraculous superfood native to Koh Tao. Valerian root has been used in traditional Asian medicine to treat anxiety, headaches, and abdominal pain for centuries. But more importantly, it's one of the most clinically studied herbs in the world for sleep disorders. A 2018 study published in Science Direct found that it helped promote NREM sleep, the type of sleep where your body repairs and heals itself, by a massive 53%. And in 2011, a high-quality clinical study found that valerian root significantly improved sleep quality. This got me thinking, Michael had always complained about being tired and exhausted his whole adult life, and I had assumed it was just him getting older. But the more I began researching, the more shocking it got, because it's estimated that over half of all Americans have some type of undiagnosed sleep disorder. And a lack of sleep does more than just make you look and feel like crap. Scientific studies have shown that it actually causes more harm than smoking in the long term. But what does sleep have to do with ED? I had no idea until I dug deeper and struck gold. A study published by the National Library of Medicine followed sleep-deprived students aged 18 to 30 from a Peruvian university over a period of 12 months and found that a huge 93.3% of them suffered some kind of erectile dysfunction. A second study from Taiwan showed that 60% of men with ED suffered from sleep apnea and 43% from sleep disorders, and found that poor sleep quality increased significantly the prevalence of ED by over 600%. Another study published in Frontiers Journal of Medicine showed that the incidence of erectile dysfunction was 3 times higher in men with sleep disorders than in men without this condition, and a whopping 91.3% of men with ED also had some form of interrupted sleep. And even though you may think you are sleeping well, your body may not be falling into the deep, restorative sleep needed to produce and sustain a rock-hard erection. As I dug deeper, I uncovered study after study, all saying the same thing. Disrupted or poor sleep results in erectile dysfunction. You see, your lack of quality sleep is the real root cause of your unexplained ED, and having to permanently take dangerous medicine to combat that puts you at much higher risk of heart attacks, blindness, stroke, and depression. But don't start booking your flight to Kowtow to harvest some valerian root yet, because second on Dr. Kimura's list was a magical substance, Humulus lupulus, commonly referred to as hops, a fast-climbing perennial used in Eastern medicine for centuries to improve digestion, skin quality, treat inflammation, and improve sexual performance. But the best part, a study published in the Journal of Sleep Disorders and Therapy showed that Humulus lupulus aided in natural nocturnal sleep patterns. Can you imagine the power of combining valerian root and Humulus lupulus together? But that's not all, because next on the list was Griffonia simplicifolia, an exotic seed from Kowtow that contains 5-hydroxytryptophan, or 5-HTP for short, a powerful natural chemical that scientists have found, yes, you guessed it, helped promote a restful night's sleep. 5-HTP also has a positive effect on mood and anxiety too. Next was beets, a purple-colored superfood with amazing benefits. A recent study published in the renowned journal Nature and Science of Sleep found that by supplementing with beets, overnight sleep quality improved and the duration of deep sleep episodes was increased. Beets also have the amazing ability to increase nitric oxide in the blood, which in turn increases blood flow to the penis so much that scientists often refer to it as a natural Viagra. Next was spirulina, a vivid blue superalgae. Spirulina was successfully used by NASA as a dietary supplement for astronauts on space missions, as one of the most powerful, concentrated foods available to mankind for strengthening the immune system and removing toxins from the body. Studies published in the British Medical Journal show that supplementing with spirulina can significantly reduce sleep disturbances, lower blood pressure, improve cholesterol levels, increase feelings of fullness, and reduce obesity. And finally, berberine, a naturally occurring compound used in traditional Eastern medicine for decades. Over 2,800 clinical studies show berberine's amazing ability to reduce blood sugar, increase weight loss, lower cholesterol, and treat insomnia, with several doctors stating that berberine outperforms Valium as a natural sleep aid. I was so excited, I wanted to get started with this powerful, life-changing recipe right away. I felt like I'd struck gold, but there was only one problem. I didn't know where to source the high-quality tropical herbs, and more importantly, test them to make sure they were 100% pure for maximum potency. I spent many weeks and searched high and low, but in the end, I had to admit it was too much for me alone. I needed help. Of the 12 world-renowned doctors and scientists that wanted to work with me, I chose Professor Tomlinson, a world-renowned oncologist that usually worked with A-list celebrities and movie stars. He greeted me with a warm smile and firm handshake and listened intently as I told him about Dr. Kimura's recipe and the research that I had found out for myself, too. "Sarah," he said, "that's amazing. I can help you for sure. In fact, I have a full team of the best doctors and health experts under my supervision that can assist, too. Your research is 100% correct. Sleep disruption is a huge problem for ED that most people simply don't know about." But what Professor Tomlinson told me next shocked me to the core. You know your mobile phone, the one that you and millions of others use every day, well, that emits something called blue light from the screen, as do computers, laptops, tablets, and even TVs. But what many people don't know is that this blue light actually causes your body to experience interrupted sleep, and in turn, ED. ED was pretty much non-existent before the 1950s, but fast forward to today, 50% of men over 40 suffer some form of ED. Now, look at this. The blue line shows the rise in electronic devices over the years, and the red one the rate of ED. Notice how they match almost exactly. But why is it that not all people suffer from ED? In fact, some men never experience a problem their whole life, while others can start having trouble as early as in their 20s, I asked. In fact, there is no secret. These studies prove that some people's bodies are more prone to the sleep-disrupting blue light than others, and the older you get, the less your body can handle the stress. And by 35, after having so much blue light exposure, many men are experiencing huge problems with sleep disruption and erectile dysfunction. Remember when Michael was younger and could get an erection at the drop of a hat, and yet, as he got older, all that changed? That's why. Undiagnosed sleep disorders are also linked to many deadly health conditions, like heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and even cancer, killing millions every year. I want to check Michael's sleep pattern just to verify what we have found, said Professor Tomlinson, and a few days later we met again to receive the results. Your sleep disruption is extremely high. In fact, your endocrine system has been completely disrupted by your lack of quality sleep. It's no wonder you haven't been able to get an erection no matter what you've tried. But I'm 100% sure we can fix this after seeing Dr. Kimura's recipe and the peer-reviewed studies by top universities, he said. Over the next few weeks, Professor Tomlinson and his team sourced every ingredient on the list, tested and verified with third-party labs to be safe and of the highest purity. The team even suggested a few more safe, natural ingredients that would work in synergy for an even more potent boost. First, recommended by Head of Research Dr. Lee, inulin powder, a natural type of prebiotic that can aid in a restful night. Researchers at Imperial College London found that supplementing with inulin daily can also help improve the quality of your sleep. In one study, participants who took inulin woke less during the night and spent more time in deep sleep. Another study found women who regularly consumed inulin reported improved sleep quality and less fatigue throughout the day. That's why Dr. Lee decided to add double the dose of inulin for maximum effect. The second, recommended by Chief Medical Officer Professor Lim from Singapore, black cohosh root, a perennial herb native to North America. A double-blind, placebo-controlled study found black cohosh had huge sleep benefits for adults with increased sleep efficiency and less waking after sleep onset. It's also used to treat anxiety, pain, and even menopausal symptoms. And lastly, number 3, lutein, a naturally occurring, formidable antioxidant recommended by Dr. Young from Japan. He told Professor Tomlinson about a little-known study from France that shows lutein acts as a filter for sleep-disrupting blue light exposure and actually fights the free radical damage brought on by blue light exposure. It also reduces bad cholesterol, and best of all, it rejuvenates and repairs old cells, including the appearance of aging skin. Pretty amazing, right? Professor Tomlinson and his team spent almost a full year testing, analyzing, and reformulating our ED-busting magical superfoods. The result? A super potent combination over 6 times as strong as the original recipe. Taken at the right time of day, this purple erection juice resets your body's circadian rhythm, allowing you to fall into a deep and restful sleep, while your body reverses the damage that decades of interrupted sleep has caused. His team then sourced bulk orders of each ingredient from licensed and trusted suppliers from Kowtow and around the world to secure the very best prices. As soon as the first batch arrived, Michael took his first dose just before bed. The results? Well, they were more than spectacular. In just 3 days, he had higher energy, better mood, and felt more confident and masculine. And by the end of the first week, he was waking up with morning wood for the first time in years. He hadn't made a single change to his lifestyle and didn't take any dangerous pills or injections. How was this even possible? Maybe it was the placebo effect, I rationalized, and he was going to revert back to his limp penis soon. Yet, by the end of the second week, we were back having sex again. And not just a quickie either. Every day, Michael would wake up with rock-hard erections, and we'd have the most passionate sex we've had in a decade or more. His penis looked at least an inch or two bigger and much thicker too, giving me orgasm after shuddering orgasm like he used to. The Michael I knew and loved was back. Every morning, he woke up with a smile on his face and a newfound masculine confidence I hadn't seen in many years. It's like being high school sweethearts all over again. We can barely keep our hands off each other, revitalizing our lives and bringing that spark back to our marriage that had been sorely missing. It all seems so simple now, after years of struggle, failure, and lies from ED doctors and gurus. Just one small drink before bed has completely changed our lives. When Professor Tomlinson saw us again, he was astonished at Michael's transformation. "You look amazing," he said, "like a new man. Best of all, your test results show that you are sleeping at 98% efficiency, and that's why your health and ED problems have made such extraordinary reversals. Imagine how you will feel when your results are the same." After so many years of despair, we both felt like our lives were starting again. I was convinced it was a miracle. God had blessed us by revealing the most amazing ED formula ever. I wanted to share it with the world, but Professor Tomlinson said we needed more proof that it would work for every man, the same way it had worked for Michael. He organized a clinical study of 1,472 men from 20 to 80, all suffering from some form of erectile dysfunction. Each participant was given several months' worth of our product and told to take with water each night before bed. The results came in thick and fast and were more incredible than any of us could have ever imagined. Every single participant had amazing results, and their erection problems vanished. Most experienced increased energy, better mood, more confidence, an enhanced sex drive, and thick, strong, long-lasting erections. Several of them could actually gain an erection for the first time in several decades. The formula had actually worked on everyone, regardless of how bad their ED was and their previous failed attempts at trying to fix the problem. In fact, the best results seemed to be for those who struggled the most in the past, because many months later, they were still producing thick, rigid erections on command. Most of the participants described our product as life-changing. They felt complete freedom for the first time in decades and were able to sexually perform whenever they wanted without worries or anxiety for the first time in years.
My energy is up, my confidence is up, and my libido is through the roof. I'm even waking up with strong morning erections for the first time in years. After trying and failing with so many products before, I wasn't sure if this problem could be fixed. But this has been amazing. Taking back control of my life is the best feeling ever.
I'm a new person, thanks to Sarah's natural tropical loophole. After years of suffering from ED, I'm finally able to perform again, with no anxiety or shame. It's like the weight of the world has been lifted from my shoulders. It's an amazing feeling, not only physically, but mentally too. It will literally propel you to places you never thought you could go.
Here, we had a natural, clinically proven treatment for addressing even the worst cases of erectile dysfunction. It contains no harmful chemicals, doesn't require a prescription, and works automatically. Not only for Michael, but for generations of inhabitants on Kowtow, and now I knew it would work for everyone else too. That's why I'm sharing this incredible discovery with you here today. I want you to be our next amazing success story, and one day hopefully we'll be able to turn this powerful natural remedy into the standard treatment for erectile dysfunction, instead of all those harmful, ineffective medications that are being overprescribed daily. I figure that to make people sit up and take notice, I'll need to get as many life-changing stories as possible. Your success is my only weapon against the big pharma companies who are undoubtedly going to try hard to stop us. Because they can't patent any of the natural ingredients in this formula, so trying to replicate it doesn't make any sense. It would end up costing them billions in lost profits they make by treating the symptoms and consequences rather than the root cause. We are an absolute nightmare for them. I know that they're going to do whatever they can to shut us down, blocking us from getting into the pharmacies and health food shops. That's why we've decided not to delay another day and make the formula available on this site right now. Because today, I'm excited to introduce Max Boost. It's the most powerful and effective natural ED supplement in the world. The first ever all-natural treatment that targets the actual root cause of ED from blue light exposure and deep sleep disruption. In fact, we're so confident that it's going to be a game changer that we took our whole life savings and found a highly reputable natural health supplement manufacturer to mass produce it for us. They are both GMP certified and FDA registered, and everything is made here in the US to guarantee the highest possible levels of purity, potency, and safety. We source the best quality ingredients and plant extracts and manage to formulate them into an easy-to-swallow capsule that you take with water before bed. And we ship it straight to your door. Max Boost is non-GMO and doesn't contain any dangerous stimulants or toxins. Because, let's be honest, you should never take risks when it comes to your health, and that's why we won't cut any corners. Supplementing with Max Boost is so simple and much more effective than any pill or injection being pushed by the so-called ED experts. Imagine never having to endure the pain and frustration of being in front of your smoking hot partner, begging for you to satisfy her, only for you to not be able to perform again. Imagine how it's going to feel when girls are automatically drawn to your newfound confidence and masculine energy, and your friends are green with envy, begging you for your secret. Just imagine it for a second. Truly let yourself feel what that would be like. How much would that be worth? $10,000? $100,000? $1 million? It is, of course, not something that you can put a price tag on, because the results are priceless. But trust me, I am not in this to make money. I truly want to help as many people as possible, God willing. But for this formula to work, the ingredients need to be of the highest quality. So, to keep the price low and to be able to cover my costs, as well as getting this message out to as many people and as quickly as possible, I'm willing to let you have it today at the lowest price possible. So, you're not going to need to pay anything like $10,000. You won't even have to pay the $600 that a business consultant suggested was fair, or even half of that. The amount I charge for a 1-month supply of Max Boost is just $297. But instead of you paying that amount today, I'm going to do something that's somewhat risky. You see, although $297 is more than a fair price, especially when you consider that many customers have told us that they are spending more than that on dangerous prescription pills and injections each month. But I know the fear, pain, and helplessness of watching your loved one's sexual prowess slip away and not being able to do anything to help. And that's something I don't want others to experience. You see, the last thing I want is for anyone else to needlessly suffer like Michael did for so long, just for the reason of not being able to afford the solution. So, I'm not going to ask you for $297. I'm not even going to ask you for half that. Today, I'm going to give you a full 30-day supply of Max Boost for a simple one-time fee of only $69. Yep, that's right, just $69. That's a whopping 80% off. But before you secure your supply, I need to make something very clear. To see the maximum erection results, you're going to want to take Max Boost for at least 90 days straight. That's because after so many years of your body being overloaded with blue light and sleep disruption, it will need enough time to properly adjust, fight the inflammation, rebalance your hormones, and reset your circadian rhythm so that you can enjoy those huge, rock-hard erections once again. And because I can't promise how long I'll be able to keep it at today's price, I would hate when you come back to order your next 30-day supply, you'll find that either the price has gone up, or even worse, that the big corporations have somehow managed to close me down. So, I strongly suggest that you secure enough to last you 90 days at the very least. And if you're smart and order a 3 or 6 month supply, I'm also going to give you 2 incredible bonus ebooks with a combined worth of $110, absolutely free. Bonus number 1, bigger, stronger, longer. Kickstart your newfound sexual prowess with our actionable blueprint for a bigger, stronger, and longer experience to give your partner the experience she craves. An easy daily ritual that can add an extra 1 inch of girth to your penis in weeks. A simple 5-second technique to force even more blood into your penis for an even stronger erection. And a powerful yet little-known secret that can let you last as long as you want in bed, rivaling porn star performances and satisfying your partner like she's never been pleasured before. Plus, a whole lot more. Next, bonus number 2, Maximum Alpha. In this book, we reveal the must-have secrets to maximize your masculinity. 5 simple tricks to boost your testosterone levels, increase muscle mass, improve confidence, and burn fat in a matter of days using everyday ingredients from your kitchen. A daily manifestation ritual to become more alpha and effortlessly attract admiration from females and envy from other men. 1 simple trick that you can do right now to feel at ease in business, romance, or any other area of your life. And a special homemade tonic to instantly give you or your partner the libido of an 18-year-old. Even a way to enhance your performance and take your life to a whole new level. All that and more. I promise you're going to love these incredible free bonuses. And what's more, If you decide to order 6 bottles today, our most recommended package, you're not only going to get the bonuses, I'm also going to drop the price even further for you and throw in free shipping for good measure. The prices you see now are not guaranteed beyond tonight. The last thing I want is for you to come back in a few hours and see higher prices, or worse, an out-of-stock sign. This is why 94% of people order 6 bottles at a time, so they can secure the best savings for themselves or their partners and start reversing their erection problems as they sleep right away. I hate to say this, but the clock is ticking. It's going to be very costly to fight the big corporations. So you'll need to act now to guarantee you won't be paying more, which makes this one of the easiest decisions of your life. But again, I urge you to act now to secure your supply with this deal. Max Boost is so effective that word is starting to spread extremely fast. Men all across the world are now discovering this amazing formula for themselves, and most are ordering a long-term supply just in case. Not just fixing ED in the short term, but for good, detoxifying their system and returning their erections to their former glory. It's incredibly satisfying for me to receive so many thank you letters from people's lives who have been changed with our formula. And that's why demand is looking like it could start to outpace supply. The high-quality ingredients are not easy to source, so stock could run out with very little notice, and when it does, it could be 6 months or even longer before we're able to get more. I would hate for that to happen to you, because once you finally start to feel those rock-hard erections stirring in your pants again, the last thing you want to see when you come back to the site is an out-of-stock message. I promise it's not a risk worth taking, so make sure you secure enough today so that you don't have that worry. As soon as you place your order, we'll get your supply in the mail immediately. You'll be able to start right away. And don't worry, every Max Boost order comes in discreet plain packaging, so nobody will know what you've ordered. Simply take 2 capsules with water before you go to bed and start reversing your erectile problems from sleep disruption and blue light exposure. Imagine how it will feel when you feel that tingling sensation as the flow of blood starts flooding into your penis for the first time in years, producing thick, hard, and long-lasting erections, allowing you to satisfy your wife or partner whenever or wherever you want, and for as long as you want. Anxiety, inadequacy banished from your body, and the feeling of emasculation will soon be a thing of the past. Your friends and family will wonder what in the world you've been doing as the masculine confidence you had in the past returns in abundance. And that's why this is one of the easiest decisions of your life. Right now, while you are on this page, Max Boost has been reserved for you. But if you leave, someone else will be given your quota, so it's imperative that you act now to secure your order. Below this video, you'll see 3 incredible money-saving options. Just select your package and proceed to our 256-bit, 100% secure order page that looks exactly like this. If you leave this page without securing your order, I can't promise you'll see this opportunity again. So do the right thing for yourself and your partner and choose your package below this video right now. And don't worry, this is a one-time payment with no subscriptions or hidden charges. I dislike those things as much as you do. But to avoid disappointment, you're going to need to act fast. Click below to secure your package. Don't let the low price today fool you. Max Boost is extremely powerful, and I'm convinced it will work for you, as it has for the 47,241 others who have tried it. But I get if you're a little skeptical. I completely understand. I was too at first. After all, we've been lied to and manipulated our entire lives into believing that pills, creams, and injections are the only paths to fixing ED. Because of course, the billion-dollar industry will never tell you that there's a quick, easy, and natural way to produce thick, strong, rock-hard erections on command. So here's what I'm going to do for you, to prove how confident I am that this formula will work for you, and so you have absolutely no risk. I'm prepared to back your order with a 100% satisfaction guarantee that works like this. If, within 90 days, you are unhappy with your results, I'll give you every cent of your money back. That's right, send me an email and I'll pay you every cent back. No questions asked, even if the bottle is completely empty. I'll even let you keep the 2 bonus books worth $110 as a big thank you for giving Max Boost a try. All you have to do to secure your discount and take advantage of this amazing risk-free deal is choose your package below right now and take back control over your body to become the new you. It has already helped 47,241 ordinary people produce thick, large, rock-hard erections on command. People like Martin from Tennessee. Martin was so excited with his results, he reached out and asked us to share his story.
After experiencing some horrible side effects from the ED pills I was taking, I knew I needed to find a better, safer alternative. Max Boost is that alternative. It's giving me all the benefits of my old pills with none of the side effects, and it worked so fast too. Believe me, I can confidently say that not having to take those blue pills anymore is the most incredible feeling in the world.
I always assumed my lack of libido and sexual performance issues just came with age. But after talking to a few friends of similar age, they assured me that's not the case. One of them suggested I try Max Boost, and boy, what a difference that made. In just a few days, I was sleeping better, had more energy, my libido was up, and soon after that, my erections returned with an intensity I hadn't experienced since my teens. I can't recommend it enough to anyone looking for a fast and effective ED solution. I feel amazing.
I've been struggling with ED for years. I tried various treatments, I tried lifestyle changes, I had no success. That's why I am so glad I found Max Boost. It has completely transformed my life. My sex drive is back with a vengeance, my energy levels have soared, and I can perform every time without any self-doubt or anxiety. I'm more confident than ever. This truly is a game changer.
If you still haven't taken action yet, then you might not know it right now, but you are at an important crossroads in your life. You can choose to go down two very different paths. One that leads to a lifetime of sexual energy and passionate lovemaking, feeling proud when you look in the mirror with a huge erection, and no longer having to risk your health with temporary, quick, and dangerous fixes. The other, you can continue down the same old path you have always been on. So listen closely to your options so that you can make the choice that's right for you. Option 1. Choose to do exactly what the mainstream ED industry wants. Keep on buying their dangerous pills and injections that may produce a temporary erection if you're lucky. If you go for this option, keep in mind that you'll never be able to spontaneously have sex again. Everything will have to be planned like a military operation, and you'll never be able to truly break free from the endless pill taking and the side effects that come with it. That's the way the ED industry is set up. They don't want you to find a permanent solution, because that way you'll keep spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars on their expensive products. I bet you already know the outcome of taking this option because you've experienced it many times before. That feeling of hopelessness, of being trapped in an endless cycle of pill popping and feelings of guilt when your partner initiates sex, but you forgot to take your medication so can't perform. Wondering why it's so hard for you to obtain, and most importantly, maintain that erection without them. The feelings of depression, anxiety, and self-loathing when you fail to perform yet again. I know you don't want that. The average American spends $25,750 over their lifetime in an attempt to fix their erection problems. And that's just the financial cost. The terrible impact on confidence, health, and relationships is even worse. So, would you truly want to take such a risk just to save a few dollars? Because the truth is, if you've made it this far through my message, I know you're sick of being a slave to the blue pill, of pretending you're okay with how you are right now, even though you know that you're not. Yearning for that rock-hard erection of your youth. And the reality is that it may get even worse if you don't take action right now. It can suck the soul from you as quickly as your erections disappeared. I know, I saw it happen with Michael. Which is why I urge you to take a second and seriously consider choosing option 2. Because let's face it, this is the only real option you have. All you have to do is invest a one-time payment in Max Boost today and put the formula to a risk-free test for 90 days. Just imagine what you'll feel like just a few weeks from now. You'll be standing in front of your partner with a huge, hard erection and a smile on your face that won't disappear. Your penis so rigid, you'll think it's not actually your penis, and you'll have to pinch yourself to prove it really is. Imagine how good that will feel. No more shame or guilt over another failed romantic encounter. No more worrying about taking your pills an hour before you are thinking about having sex. No more feelings of anxiety and judgment that hurt your relationships with the people that you care about the most. No more feelings of inadequacy about what your partner really thinks of you when you fail to perform yet again. And no more playing Russian roulette with dangerous pills, creams, or injections. You've already gone through almost this entire message, so it's clear you're serious about finding a permanent solution to your ED problem. But the decision is yours. Now, we're being honest and open with each other, and I don't want you to miss out. So, If you want to opt for the smart decision, click a package below to place your order now. Once again, the shipping today is totally free for all 6-bottle orders, and you won't be enrolled in an automatic billing subscription or anything similar. Also, remember that you're covered by our 90-day money-back guarantee. So even if you're not thrilled with your new bulging erections, simply let us know for a full and immediate refund. That's why there's no risk here, and there's no way you can go wrong. So, if you want to get those instant, thick, cement-like erections you enjoyed in your 20s and be able to satisfy your partner whenever and wherever you want, leaving her begging for more, then I urge you to select your package by clicking a button below before supplies run out. I can't wait to hear about your success. Still here? You probably have some questions. That's totally understandable. These are some of the most common ones our customers ask. Question: how long will it take to see results? Everybody is different, and that's why the time it takes to get results varies. What I can tell you is that most men start to get strong morning erections again after just the first week. Over the weeks that follow, erections become harder and more frequent, and the longer you use Max Boost, the better your results tend to become. In most cases, men feel like their erections have returned to full strength, similar to what they experienced in their early 20s, before 60 days. Question: how can something so powerful be safe? Max Boost is an all-natural formula that contains only ingredients that are completely safe. We've not experienced a single negative side effect yet, after having had tens of thousands of men taking it. And to ensure the highest quality and safety standards, everything is manufactured here in the United States. In other words, you can rest assured that what you're getting is fully compliant with GMP safety standards. Question: how do I take Max Boost? Simply take 2 capsules with water every night before you go to bed. That's all there is to it. With that, you'll get a powerful dose of all of the potent ED-busting formula while you sleep. Question: can I buy Max Boost at my local supplement shop? Is it available anywhere else? You can't find Max Boost in stores or anywhere else yet, only on this page. Question: is my order secure? Security is a top priority for our customers, so we use top-of-the-line SSL encryption on all transactions, the same that is used by Amazon to ensure your personal information and checkout details are safe. Question: what will my package look like? Your package will always be 100% private and discreet. It will look like any other ordinary package you would receive in the mail. There is absolutely no way of telling what's in your package or whom it's from. Question: do you have a money-back guarantee? Yes, Max Boost has a 90-day, no-questions-asked money-back guarantee. It's simple. If, within 90 days, you are not totally thrilled with your erection results, let me know and you'll receive every invested penny back, even if the bottle is empty. That's why it's a no-brainer. You simply have nothing to lose. Doesn't that sound fair? So go ahead and experience these amazing results for yourself. Don't delay. Click below to claim your package now.